Welcome to Spaghetti on the Wall, where we throw ideas, see what sticks, and nurture those that do. I'm your host, Armando Leduc, an actor, entrepreneur, and coach, giving you insights that light up your world. We're here to explore the realms of business, marketing, and life, serving up a shot of inspiration with every episode. Ready to make ideas stick and grow them into something great? Let's dive in. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you are consuming this podcast. We're back with another one. Jake Larsen in the house. What's up, dude?
What's up, Armando? Happy to be here, man.
I'm glad you're here. So we met at the Flight Club Mastermind. Known each other now, I guess, for over a year. I'm sure. When did you join? When did you join?
I know it's probably 2.5 years ago. So
yeah. So then, yes, 2 years we've known each other. Super sharp guy, got a chance to hear him speak. And so he's the founder and CEO of Video Power Marketing. It's a boutique video advertising agency, helping businesses create high impact video ads that capture attention, build trust, and drive measurable action. And as a YouTube guru. So give me a 2-minute version on how you got to where you got.
Oh man, that's so I loved creating videos. I love telling stories. I'd gotten a job with a local company helping them sell iPhone accessories, and I was in charge of growing the business through their YouTube channel. We would also run Google ads. And back in 2011, 2012, like, do you remember YouTube before the ads existed on YouTube? Like, there was a time where
barely,
but yeah, yes, it was a long time ago. But during this time, Google reached out to us. They're like, hey, would you like to be YouTube marketing ambassadors? And they flew us out to the Googleplex, and they showed us this new way to advertise on YouTube, which were the ads that you could skip after 5 seconds. And my mind was blown because I'm like, holy cow, like, we can guarantee that very specific people watch these videos, and then we can track how long they watch it. Do they click? Do they purchase? So they taught us this. We had access to this tools. We came back, we implemented it, and I created some videos, and we launched the ads. And we had a campaign that for every $20 we spent on ads, we would get customers that would buy the product, and it would, for $60. So it was a 3-to-1 return on ads, but we'd spend $20 to get a customer that was worth $60.
Nice.
This was 2013. I'm like, this is cool. Nobody's doing this. I'm going to quit my job and start a company around video ads. The challenge I had was my wife was 8 months pregnant at the time. And I remember having that conversation like, hey, I think it's time for me to quit my job and start my own company. And she's like, you realize I have a baby coming next month, right? Like, is this the best time? And I remember, like, if I don't do it now, I don't know if I'm ever going to do it. She said, you can quit your job on one condition. Just make sure we have insurance. She wanted to feel that protection. So I made sure we had insurance. I ended up creating some video ads for myself. I quit. Yeah. So I quit my job, started the company. And then, like, how do you grow a company that's, a startup? Well, let's eat my own dog food. So I created my own video. I created like a free video marketing course, turn the ads on. And just like anything with ads, it amplifies whatever you want to have amplify. So views went up, traffic to my site went up, people got on my email list, they purchased my course that I had created, and they're like, hey, YouTube ads is a lot of work. Can you do this for me? And so I'm like, sure, I can do it for you. And so, that was 12 years ago. And I've just been writing this YouTube ads way for the last 12 years. Like, it's helped grow my company. We've created videos for other brands and clients, and we helped you leverage YouTube ads to generate more leads and customers and clients for other businesses. And yeah, I've just been surfing this wave for the last 12 years, and I hope to surf it for another 12 years. It's been a great ride.
Heck yeah. So what's something that made you money that shouldn't have worked, and not necessarily this business, although, could be?
What's something that made me money that shouldn't have worked?
Yeah.
And I can't include video. I kind of want to go with my company, but I guess
that's fine. This company, yeah.
Or I could speak to other clients that we run ads for.
Yeah. Maybe you guys started a campaign that you were like, oh man, I don't know if this is something that's as marketable as something that I've done, but we're going to try it anyway. And then you were like, oh, snap, this really did work.
Yeah, so we got approached by a company that they had, like they would make countertop epoxy counters for your for like done for like do it yourself house remodel. So if you have countertops that need to be replaced, instead of replacing the countertops that which could cost thousands of dollars to replace, you can use their epoxy kit and like replace it yourself for a couple $100. So they reached out to us like, hey, we're spending money on ads. We think it's working, but and I get access to their Google ad account, and like they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on YouTube ads. And I'm not seeing any customer, like I'm not seeing any conversion action. So I'm like, you guys are spending a lot and you don't know which video, which campaign is bringing in customers. You're like, yeah, we don't. I'm like, well, let's set up tracking and let's see. So we set up the tracking. I cleaned up some of the campaign structure. And so now we knew which video, which audience was bringing in the customers. And after a couple months, I cut their ad spend in half because most of their ad spend was being wasted on videos that weren't bringing in the money. And then we ended up like tripling their sales. So they were spending like $100,000 a month on ads, and we were tracking 500,000 in sales. Like they were getting hundreds of customers every week buying this epoxy kit online. And I'm like, I would have never known you could have created a company, let alone selling millions of dollars worth of product on a monthly basis with ads and an epoxy kit. So
that's amazing.
That's to me.
What's a decision that changed your life that almost didn't happen?
I probably that before that whole YouTube marketing ambassador event happened, I applied for this job at Skull Candy, the Skull Candy headphones. I've actually never shared this story publicly before, but I really wanted this job because it was in action sports, creating videos, and like it was like we're praying like, can I please get this job? I interviewed and I didn't get it. And I was heartbroken. Like, man, this was like my perfect job. Like, it was going to pay well. And I was so distraught, like that didn't work. Well, 6 months later, this whole like YouTube marketing ambassador opportunity happened. And that's when I got, that's when Google reached out to the company. I got flown out to the Googleplex. That's where I got exposed to YouTube ads. And I mean, that experience like changed the trajectory of my business.
And you wouldn't have had that had you gotten the other job.
No. And not only that, but even the decision to market myself and advertise, like some people get like nervous. I don't want to be on video. Like they kind of get nervous. And what if I look stupid or sound stupid? Like, what if it doesn't work? Like it can be intimidating. There's a lot of fear when it comes to marketing yourself and advertising yourself. But I didn't mention this earlier, but a couple months after ads, like I was only spending $20 a day. Like, I wasn't spending that much money. But one day I got an email from this guy named Ryan Dice. He's the CEO of Digital Marketer. And he's like, hey, I saw your ad. I bought your course. Do you want to come speak at this event that I put on? And I'm like, sure, let's do it. And so I show up, and there's like 2,000 or 3,000 people in attendance. And I've never spoken to an audience that big. I'm like, holy crap. Like 6 months ago, I was working at this job in a little box cubicle. And now speaking in front of this huge audience. And the only reason I had that opportunity was because one person saw one of the videos that I had been promoting, and that put me on this path. So like even this conversation we're having right now, I would have never met you had I not decided to put myself out there and advertise, because everything has, been on the other side of stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing that.
Yeah. When did you realize you weren't going to have a normal life?
Oh man, you're asking some good questions.
Was it like when you were a kid? Because I always knew, like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I'm just not like everybody.
You know, I was very clear at, like, I remember in high school, once I like well, I saw one of my friends, he edited a video, like he was skateboarding, he put music and titles to it, and I'm like, how did you do that? Like, how did you create this cool video? He showed me, like, whoa, I need to get a digital camera. I got editing software, and I loved creating videos. Like, making videos was so fun for me. And I remember, like, in high school, like, this is what I want to do. I want to build a career around making videos. And I was very clear what I was passionate about it. And that's what I wanted. And I think most people in high school, even college and even adults, like, they don't know what they want in life. They're like, I don't know what I want to do for a career. I don't know what I want, but I just knew at a very young age what I wanted to do. And like, I was passionate about it. I was able to develop the skill in a way that people would pay me money to do it. So I was like, you love to do it. It serves and helps other people, and people pay you to do what you do. It's like, man, that's a great gig. That's a great setup. If you're going to pay me to do
Yeah.
something I love to do that I do for free anyways, like, sweet. And so I'd say high school, I was very clear on what I wanted. And that's the other thing is, like, I ended up wiping out my savings account to buy this. It's actually this Panasonic HVX camera up here that you can see. Like, I wiped out my savings account to buy that video camera to make videos.
That's
And that
awesome.
was like the deciding factor. Like, hey, you're going all in on this video career. This is what you're doing. And so
Yeah.
that was,
I sold my movie. I did this movie called Bourbon Whiz. It's the Wizard of Oz meets Bourbon Street. And I bought 1,000 copies of this DVD. And I went door to door in the French Quarter selling this movie. And I just like, I went to Comic-Con and I sold all 1,000 copies. And then I bought another 1,000 copies and I used it to launch my production company, like, officially. So
yeah.
I feel you on that, man. No, I feel you on that. What's something you believed early in your career that you now think is wrong?
I think I had this. I got a couple of things. I thought I had to do everything myself. And I thought if I had a problem, don't talk about your problems, don't complain, just figure out and do it. Like, if you have a problem, don't talk about your problems. Just figure out and do it. And I think that's kind of a classic entrepreneur. Like, hey, there's a problem, I'll fix it. Like, I'll take care of it. And what ended up happening is, because, like, once I got all these kind of challenges and problems, I wouldn't really talk about it with my wife or with my team. And so what happened, like, all these kind of stress started to build up. And, I kind of had one of those kind of mental breakdowns a couple of years into my business, because I had all this work. I had this, like, tax bill because I'd made a lot of money that year, and I owed a lot of taxes, but, like, I didn't have that in like, I was also, like, a new fall, like, had a child coming up in a couple months. And so, like, all these things started to pile up, and I wasn't communicating the challenges and what I need. And so, like, all that kind of built up, and, like, hey, I can't do this by myself. And so that's one of the benefit on the other end of that breakdown is, like, hey, if I have a challenge or a problem, like, I need to talk to about it. That's why my wife is like, she can help me kind of show up the way she needs to show up. And, like, even with the team and running the business, if there's a problem in the business, let's talk about it as a team. Hey guys, like, this is the problem. What can we do about it? Because I can't be here to solve all the problems, but, like, that's why I hired you. This is a problem. What are you going to do about it? And so, like, the mindset change I had to flip was, instead of, like, there's a problem, I'll take care of it. It's, my team can't level up unless I give it up. So, like, I've got to share the problem and communicate the vision where I want to go and, like, the challenge that we have. And then as a team, we can build it together and figure that out. So I no longer try and solve all the problems myself. I'll communicate that with the team, or, those who are in that area of that that problem, and then we solve it together. So
Did you coin that phrase? You can't level up unless you give it up.
I that's one of those things I wrote down in my journal, and I find myself sharing that all. So no, I haven't coined that. Maybe we could coin it on this podcast.
Coin it. You coined it, man.
There you go.
I love it. I coined the phrase, you're preaching to the preacher right now.
You're preaching to the preacher.
You're not even preaching to the choir. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love you can't level up unless you give it up. That's great. What's a bad decision that turned out to be a great one?
Bad decision that turned out to be a great one. Man. What is a bad decision that turned out to be a good decision?
I got a couple that come to mind.
Man, you're gonna give me a second.
I'll tell
one. I'll be thinking of one. So you
yeah. I'll tell a quick story. Because I got fired from a job on Bourbon Street. I was a lead singer of a band, and me and the owner of the bar didn't get along. And like, we played there 6 nights a week, eight sets a night. Like, I was playing with Jason Neville, who's Aaron Neville's son.
Oh yeah.
Like, dude, we killed it. Like, we just one of the best bands on the street. I was making like a lot of money at the time, right, for me. And he ended up taking over the bar, said the band can stay, but Armando cannot. So Armando's got to go. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? And so at the time, I got some offers for some other bands on Bourbon Street that I was like, I turned down, and I was like, no, I'm going to start my own band. Right. And I started that band at the time, in 2014. And it was like a cover band, wedding band, festival band. And it's still in existence today. I sold it about 3 years ago to my business partner. But I thought there was a bad decision at the time to not have a steady gig, right, and go into another band that I was on Bourbon Street. I could have just went in there, but at the time I thought it was a bad decision that turned into where I'm at today. I mean, had I not, we wouldn't be having this conversation, just like you were saying.
So the story that came to my mind was I had brought, like, one of my first team members I brought on full time. I told him, like, I taught him everything I knew about YouTube ads and built those campaigns up. And I said, I want you to become better than I am at this. And then, because I need somebody who can take care of the clients, run the campaigns while I go and sell. And I remember that's what I was doing. And so anyway, he ended up learning really good how to set these campaigns. And I get on and he'd also been taking these client calls. And so I show up to this client call one time, and I'm used to like being the one making the call and the shots, and this is what we're going to do. And the clients, instead of asking like me all the questions, he's asking my team about these questions, and he's answering them. And like, I'm trying to, chime in, but like, I'm like, wait, I'm not needed on this call. And so the call, like, the client's right. Thanks. I'm good. Like, we're excited. Well, let's keep growing the account. And I had this awkward feeling, like, with my team, I'm like, I'm not needed on this call. Like, my team doesn't, like, my teammate doesn't need me, and the client doesn't need me. And I had this weird feeling, like, is he going to take my business? Is he going to steal the business and, take it? And I had this weird like mix of emotions, but then I thought, no, this is exactly what you wanted, Jake. You wanted somebody who could take care of the client without you, so you could focus on growing the business. And I remember like having these weird emotions, like, I'm not needed. Like, I started making up these stories that he was going to take this account. But anyway, come to find out, like this account became one of our biggest accounts. And the guy who, my teammate, he ended up working with me for 10 years and we ended up making a lot of money together. But yeah, I almost like let him go because of this kind of weird distrust that I had in him. But
Wow.
ended up not, no need for that. So
It's amazing. That's an amazing story. What are you what are you experimenting with right now?
man, I think probably with everyone is AI, right? It's this amazing, powerful tool that we have that we can get more done and we can get done better. And so, we've been experimenting a lot with AI in ads and video. So like we use it a ton for, into like researching, creating offers, even writing ad copy, creating reporting. It's like saved us hours. And the thing is though, like, video used to be, I think, more unique several years ago, but AI, like you can have it create a great video, a script, like, so it's almost, video's almost becoming a commodity. And so I've just been thinking like, man, if video becomes a commodity, like why would people work, with us or with anybody? If AI can do it, why hire a coach? Why hire an agency? Why hire this service if we've got this tool that can do it? One of the interesting things that I've learned is with this one account. So I'm on the board for the entrepreneur organization. I'm in charge of like marketing it in the Utah chapter. And we created ads, like an AI ad. We had AI write the script. It created the voiceover. It created it. We ran that, and that got views, clicks, and started bringing in leads to the organization as well. But also, I feel like people with a higher priced service, like let's say you have a service that's more than $1,000, a couple $1,000 to work with you. That requires a high level of trust where somebody like believes in you and trusts you enough to hand you a couple thousand or even like 10,000. And so it is a couple thousand to join this program and be involved with it, between 3 to 10K. And so I'm like, I think with this is target for business owners. So I'm like, I'm going to go interview the members. And so I interviewed the members. What's the biggest challenge you've had as an entrepreneur or a business owner? How did you find out about EO Utah? What value have you received from it? How has it helped grow yourself, grow your business? And like these really intimate, personal interviews, kind of like the conversation we're having right now. There's a feeling between us having this conversation that's unique than me talking with AI, right? There's a different energy that's being exchanged from human to human. So I wanted to capture that, and through interviewing the people, we edit up the videos, and it's a kind of a intimate, meaningful video ad that we ran. It's like 2 to 3 minutes. We ran that as an ad. It also got views, clicks, and leads coming into the system. So we ran them for like a couple months, 3 to 6, like 6 months actually, kind of to see. We ended up going inside the CRM and say, hey, we've had 7 people join the program, pay between 3 to 10K to join the program that are in our CRM that have seen these ads. So I'm like, great, there were 7 buyers. Which ad brought in the buyers? Do you want to guess which one brought in all the buyers?
The human one.
Yeah, it was the human one. Like if you're measuring success based off views, clicks, and leads, yeah, AI can perform just as well as a human. But if you have a product or service that requires like a high level of trust, there has to be some type of real human element in that. And that's what this kind of test validated. That it's like, hey, we're in a trust recession right now where people like don't trust the government, they don't trust the institutions, they don't trust these big organizations. They even like throwing up like Facebook, Instagram, like half of that's AI. You can't believe what you see almost because of this. And so when you have a video that's real, authentic, and there's humans having a conversation, that breeds a higher level of trust that's going to attract your ideal client.
I like to say you're preaching to the preacher right now.
There you go.
You are
Amen,
preaching
brother.
to the preacher right now, man.
Can I get an
hear you.
amen, brother?
Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. Hey, man, where can people find you?
Go to videopower.com. We have a lot of great resources. I got a link to my calendar. I'm always happy to geek out on ads and marketing. We've got some great tools and resources as well. So I think that's a good starting point is videopower.com.
I love it. Here's some rapid fire questions. You ready?
Yeah.
Coffee or cocktails?
I don't drink cocktails. I don't drink coffee. I'll have a Mountain Dew or an energy drink.
Right on. Fame or money?
Oh, money.
Control or freedom?
Freedom.
Big risk or guaranteed win?
Ooh. I think I'll take a guaranteed win.
These days, yeah. Sales or marketing?
I'm a marketing guy. They're so closely related, but I'm a marketing guy.
Build or sell?
Build.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Hire slow or fire fast?
Hire slow.
What's overrated?
Views.
What's underrated?
Conversations.
One word your friends would use to describe you?
Adventurous.
One word your enemies would use?
Annoying.
Last thing you Googled?
Although my wife calls me annoying every once in a while too. So there's that. The last thing I Googled.
Yeah.
What was it? I'm looking into. I was Googling local ads. So if you type in a certain keyword with the city that you're in, Google has like these local ads that you can show up and you can track conversions or like book calls from it. So I was doing a deep dive into what those local Google ads look like.
Nice. Current obsession?
Ancient history. The Egyptians, how did they build the pyramids? Like that boggles my mind.
Something you're avoiding right now?
Having hard conversations with certain people.
Yup. Jake, man, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you being on the show. You guys, if you're in the need for a YouTube specialist and expert, Jake is the guy. So hit him up. Go to
videopower.com.
Videopower.com. What a great website too. Awesome. Videopower.com. Jake, thanks so much for being here. This episode brought to you by LeDuc Entertainment for all of your personal branding needs, podcasting, social media. We got you. Keep listening, keep watching, and we will see y'all next time.
All right. See ya.
Late.